This will be my first Ask Samara video, and I'm so excited that a lot of you have left questions and comments and just stuff that you wanted to either know about or you guys need advice on. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm living in UK and I'm new in my town. I would like some decent social life. Any suggestions? So I'm going to kind of answer in a way of anyone who has moved to a new town or city that needs friends or needs a social life. First, I would say find out what you're interested in, see what you like to do, and depending on that, I would go to like a coffee shop or join a book club or join a gym or get a part-time job somewhere and become like a regular. The more people see you and see that you're familiar, the more they're willing to talk to you. Whatever you're interested in, join that, because you never want to like look desperate. That's the worst. Like if you look desperate, it's going to come off as you're needing stuff in your life. Like you're supposed to be fulfilled and like be happy on your own, and then go do things and meet people who are into the same things as you, and that way you can maybe make like small friendships, and once you're like in a circle, it's easy to meet other people and things like that. So, you know, best of luck to you. I hope I helped. If not, you can always get a dog or something and just be less lonely. How good are you with Urdu? So I'll just let you guys judge for yourself. I don't have the accent, I don't pronunciate correctly, and I am just not good with Urdu. I can like have a conversation, but I suck because I do. And yeah, so that's why I never speak it. But do you think when pursuing or initiating talking or dating someone that the man should go after the woman, or can the woman go after the man? Yeah, I think it's okay. I think to initiate, there's no problem. As far as doing all the work and going after the guy, I don't think that's as like, you know, recommended. But I don't think there's anything wrong with a girl initiating and letting a guy know that, hey, I'm interested. Smile, like here I am, I'm alive, like go talk to him, and hopefully he'll pick up the pieces, because I don't think that I would want to go chase after a guy. So I think the girl should initiate sometimes, that way the guy is aware that, hey, she's interested and I have a chance and there's not going to be rejection, hopefully. How did you break the news about your boyfriend to your family, and did they first have a problem with it? See, the truth is, my mom found out about my boyfriend on accident. I like to scrapbook and make collages, and she found a picture that I was an idiot, and I like forgot to pick it up. And it's funny because Donald has tattoos, but they're hidden. They're like under his shirt and like in his arm. You can't see them unless his shirt is off. And there was one photo, the one that she saw, and it had him laying down with a do-rag on. She immediately thought he was a thug, drug dealing, like she was immediate stereotypes, like, you know, like, oh my god, who is this black person? Why is my daughter, like, why does she have this picture? Like, what's going on? The next picture she sees is me and him at my old job at Walgreens, and his arms are around me, he's giving me a kiss on my cheek, and she just freaks out. She thought like that kiss on the cheek was equivalent to like sex. Like, it was crazy. And she was so mad, so she came and found me in whatever room I was in, and she just shows me the photo, and my heart sunk, and I was just like, Mom, before you kill me. She thought that I was like the devil, and so I tried to explain to her. She was actually really emotional. She was crying and crying because it was so much to take in, because at that point, in her point of view, she had lost the trust for me as her daughter. She, you know, like, she didn't know that I had a boyfriend for 6 months, so she felt like when I would say that I'm going to a friend's house or I'm going here and there, clearly he would meet up with me or whatever, and to her that was just like, I mean, I lied to her. I did. I lied for 6 months. And the thing she didn't understand is it wasn't easy for me to lie. I love my parents so much, and I hate lying. In fact, friends who like would need me to like cover for them, for their parents, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it ever. I hate lying to parents. I hate it. I hate it so much. And the only reason I didn't bring it up myself before 6 months is because I didn't know how. I guess it's good that it happened that way, because by then we were dating for 6 months. So I had some kind of backbone to be like, Mom, I'm not just dating him to like be cool or something. I really like him. It's like a really good guy, and obviously 6 months have gone by where it's like a steady, like stable kind of thing for someone who's 19. I had just turned 20. It felt to me like it wasn't just like, oh, I just met him a week ago, or we've been dating for 3 weeks. It was like a solid 6 months. But now that she's seen him, like, I mean, now that she's met him and talked to him and like knows who he is, she's actually really like in love with him. And my father was the harder one, of course. That's obvious. Like he hated the idea, I'm not gonna lie, he hated it. But thank God he's gotten to know Donald as well, and now he loves him, and he like has hookah with him like all the time, and he has him over for dinner and things like that. So things are great, but it was hard at first, and it definitely got better. What's your favorite color, and what would you say to a girl who's wearing a scarf for the first time to school? Well, not sure if you knew, but I wore a scarf back in 2004, and I am really cool. So yeah, my favorite color right now is navy blue. I don't know why or where that came from, but I love it. And it used to be red, but it's out the picture now, you know, blue's in. So my advice to you would be to stay strong and have a support system and be happy and confident and never let anybody bring you down. And that's about it. So hope you keep it on, and remember, your attention is what matters. Do it for you and Allah only. Do not do it to please others or fit into like the Muslim crowd or whatever. Like, do it for you, and that's like the main thing, is do it for yourself. One of my friends on Twitter, which I actually know her, she asked me, will I ever find true love? Girl, you know you will. You know you're gonna find that true love. Do I find it hard dating someone who is not a Muslim? All right, first of all, and definitely not. I'm not very practicing, so it's not like a lot of stuff gets in the way. Donald makes it very easy in the same time. For people who are desi, like, you know what a lota is? Like, dun, dun, dun. I have like 2 of them in the house. Like, I don't care, you know. I'm able to share these things with him and explain to him what, like, our tradition and stuff. And he's just open. Like, he just accepts everything. Like, he's so open. Now, for example, if I was like, oh, I'm a Pakistani Muslim and in my ways, like, we have to hit each other with a knife in our stomach every morning because that's what we do, he probably would be like, fuck no, like, you're gonna have to get out. But everything I've told him that I do practice or do follow, it's always like a good thing. It's not like anything bad. So yeah, it's easy for me. I'm a Pakistani Punjabi Muslim and my girlfriend is a Punjabi Sikh. Both sets of parents disapprove of the relationship. What's your take? Here we go again. How important is it to each of you to raise your children with religion? With that being said, I believe any 2 sets of religions can actually get along and you can have a family and everyone can be happy and getting along. The parents aren't the issue. The issue is whether or not the people are right for each other. Now, if you're dead set on having Muslim children and raising them strictly on Islam, and she's dead set on having Sikh children and she wants to raise them her way, that's where the conflict comes in, and that's most likely what the parents are worrying about. However, if either of you are lenient, like if one, for example, cares a lot about the religion and the second person doesn't care too much, it may work because of the fact that no one is trying to be on top of the other. It's kind of just like, okay, if that's the way, that's cool. If not, I don't really care. Or if both of you are not caring at all for whatever religion, or you just want your children to be raised as good people, then I would say don't worry about your parents, worry about each other. Because parents, they're not trying to make their children feel like, oh, I'm going to ruin their life and I'm going to disapprove. They are saying out of love what they think is best for you. Sometimes the parents don't know what is best for you. I know they like to think that, but they don't always know what's best for us. It's just the truth. And as long as you are going to work on your relationship and you're willing to put the time, fights, tears, commitment into that person, then no one can stop you, and no one should stop you, in fact, because parents disapprove. It's really sad that they don't want to, like, be open to others. They always want it to be, like, with their own kind of people, but part of love is that you grow and you do reach out to other people. So if you were to break up with someone because your parents weren't happy, in the end, you're hurting yourself. And like I always say in my videos, you have to love yourself and you have to do what's right for you. Now, what's right for you may not be right for your parents, but they've raised you. They've done a great job. So at one point, they have to let go. And I know it's really hard for Desi parents because they don't want to let go. Like, they kind of want to be there all the time. But you have to let go. Like, you have to do your own thing. You have to live your life for you. And let's say you did go marry a Muslim girl and you're miserable. In the end, you're going to hate your parents. Like, you're going to be like, well, I did it for them and I have revenge and I have all these feelings. And it's going to just be a bad situation. I've seen it happen. I've firsthand seen it happen. Whereas if you marry someone that you love and you care about and you're so committed to, no matter what problems arise, you're willing to be there and you're happy, in the end, your parents just want to see you happy. They want to see you successful. They want to see you, like, having a family. And if they can get past their narrow-minded thinking, kind of, not to offend anybody, then they can maybe open their eyes and maybe you can open them to loving more people that aren't exactly the same as them. You know, you truly know what's worth fighting for. You'll know in your heart if this person is worth, like, putting up with everything, or if they're just someone that you care about and you rather, like, live a different kind of life. So if you're someone who really, really, really can't be happy unless your parents are happy, then obviously you wouldn't be in the situation in the first place. You know what I mean? So just think about that. How to impress a girl. First of all, it depends on what kind of girl you're trying to impress. Are you going for a girlfriend? Are you going for, like, a hooker? Are you going for a wife? Like, you know, you have to kind of know what you're looking for. I don't think that you should change yourself at all to impress someone. I think you should be yourself 100%, and the right person will be impressed by you because you're not trying. They'll accept you for who you are. They'll love you how you are. If there is someone that you're into and you're trying to impress them, I bet you if you stop trying so hard, or if you stop trying in general, you'll get them, or you'll get someone that will appreciate you and see you for who you really are. Are you a practicing Muslim? Do you fast in Ramadan? Does your boyfriend respect your religion? How old are you, and what inspired you to make YouTube videos? No, I'm not a practicing Muslim. I believe in Islam, and I do represent it when it needs to be represented. But no, I do not practice, to be honest. I do fast. The last Ramadan, I didn't actually fast the whole time, but I do fast during Ramadan. Does your boyfriend respect your religion? Yes, he does. Actually, last year, Donald fasted more than I did. I believe he did 3 weeks, and I did like 2.5 for whatever reason. I guess I got lazy, which is horrible. But he respects it, and his point of view is if something's right, then he will follow it. Everything that I've taught him or like exposed to him, he has agreed with or has not at least disagreed with. He understands. My dog's doing something crazy. Puppy! Batman! Sorry. But yeah, he does definitely, he respects it. He's a very mature, respectful person, and I love that about him. I am 23. I just turned 23 in March. What inspired you to make videos? This question is my favorite question that you asked me because I honestly, since I was little, I wanted to have a YouTube channel, and I used to watch people on YouTube, and I wanted to have one so badly, but I felt scared of people watching me that knew me, and I was insecure about what reactions I would get or if I got hate mail, this and that. So I never did it before, but I've always loved talking to people and meeting new people and giving advice and making others happy, making them laugh. And what better way to connect with so many people than the internet? So I figured last July I kind of went through this thing where I was like, I don't give a fuck, and I just kind of did it, and I got a very nice response from the people that personally knew me on my Facebook, so I kept doing it, and up until I made that video, Shit Pakistani Girl Say, that's where I got most of my new subscribers, and I got exposed a little bit more, so I gained an audience, and I just love it. I love it a lot, so I'm gonna keep doing it. What advice would you give to a man who wants to convince his girlfriend that the girl he got pregnant raped him? I believe he's joking, and I do watch his channel. He's actually really, really funny. Everyone should go check it out. But the advice I would give him is that you should not have gotten a different girl pregnant if you have a girlfriend. Do you find a hard time dealing with conservative Muslims? And God, I just went through this on my face. Like, I just had so many people like attacking me on this video on my Ask Questions, Ask Samara, and some like extremist Muslim who thinks like they're great people were telling me that I'm going to hell and I'm not wearing a hijab and this and that. So actually, I don't find it hard dealing with them. I just find it extremely annoying that people are forceful and they think that just because they're living a certain way, every Muslim should be living that way. It's completely crazy. Like, just because I think that the more you try to help and force your views on stuff, it just pushes people away, and it's very annoying, and they're not going to listen to you. If you're that passionate, go make a video channel and talk about Islam and do your thing, you know? The question that asks, how come your parents let you move in with your boyfriend? That right away to me is implying that you are a type of person who you're going to seek for permission before you make a decision. No disrespect intended, but I'm 23 and I decided on my own that I'm going to move out, and I knew right away it's going to be with my boyfriend. And I kind of made like a plan, like I had dates and times and money and this and that. So whenever I came across to my parents and told them my plan, it wasn't like I asked for their approval. I know that sounds really harsh, but it's not, because if you knew my parents and I's relationship, you would understand that my parents and I are really, really close. We're really open. We're not like traditional Pakistani people. So whenever I had like told them, at first they were a little bit taken back and they're like, wow, like so soon, like you're 23, like you're a baby, whatever. But after they saw how happy I was and like excited, they actually helped me buy a lot of stuff, and they were totally for it, and they love my place and they come over all the time. And my mom actually was kind of in on it a little bit sooner, because I told her about a year ago that I was going to do this, and I didn't know like when I was going to do it, but I knew I was going to, so she kind of had a heads up. My dad was more sad that I was going, because we are really, really close, and he misses me and I miss him too, but I mean, it worked out, and I know that it wouldn't work like this for everyone, but I just have a really separate, different relationship with my parents than most people do with theirs that are Pakistani. And that concludes our questions, and this was really fun. I mean, I've never really talked for this long in a video, so I know it's a lot longer than my normal uploads, but I wanted to give you guys full answers. I didn't want to just bullshit and give you like a sentence. I wanted to really explain myself, so I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to see more of these, give me a thumbs up, and maybe I'll make more.